So I've never spoken about a Lacoste fragrance here on the channel, but I've been wanting to get my nose on this fragrance because they announced it and I'm excited about it. But as of the shooting of this video, I haven't seen it selling here in the States yet, but I was able to buy a bottle from a friend who travels here and shooting this video. But originally, there was a fragrance by Lacoste called Original, which was launched in 1984. So 40 years later, 40th anniversary, Lacoste decides to release another fragrance called Original. And this is an Eau De Parfum version. The previous version was an Eau De Toilette. But I'm going to talk to you about this fragrance. First impressions on camera. I'll let you know what I think about it because I've smelled the original. Sadly, I don't have a bottle, but I've always enjoyed it for its powerhouse Fougere qualities. And even though this is a Fougere, I don't know what I'm going to experience. So I'm going to let you know all about this coming right up. Thanks so much for tuning in. It's Sebastian. We're talking about Lacoste Original and EDP, brand spanking new from Lacoste. And as I said, I've never really done a video on Lacoste fragrances. Haven't. Don't even know any. This is the first Lacoste fragrance I've had in a long, long time. The original I've smelled, have enjoyed, just don't have a bottle. And all the other fragrances in the past, I've enjoyed some here and there, just never ended up buying them. But when this was announced several months ago, I got really excited about it. I'm not holding my breath as a designer after all. It is created by Flipo with an additional perfumer, Tanguy, Guestnet, if that's how you pronounce the name. But I was really, really excited to get my nose on it to see what they've done with this. It's considered an aromatic, fougere, woody, ambery fragrance. And as of the shooting of this video, it's not currently selling here in the States. I don't have a price for you, unfortunately. I paid around 100 euros for this, and a friend brought it back a long time ago. And now I'm getting around to shooting the video. So is it going to get a launch here in the States? I don't know. Is this going to smell like the original? I'm not thinking it would. The original had moss, so it was mossy, oak moss. So they don't mention moss in this fragrance. It's more modernized for today's tastes and, people that enjoy, more modern fragrances rather than classic. But I've been a big fan of Fougeres. It was the type or style of fragrance that got me into enjoying fragrances. I've worn many bottles of Drakkar Noir in the 80s, and it's one of my favorite styles. But those of you that have gotten your nose on Lacoste Original in the EDP that just launched, what are your thoughts on it? If you've gotten your nose on it, let me know. Put a comment down. Am I going to be happy with this? Am I going to be disappointed? I haven't read any reviews or watched anything. I just was very, very excited to get my nose on this. So let's go ahead and open it up. From what I saw visually when this was announced, it did look like the original bottle, but more to today's standards. It was definitely updated. It didn't look a bit... The old one does look a bit retro, like it looks older. This has definitely been glossed up. It's more modernized, as I said. Anyway, that's the box. It does have Eau De Parfum right there. I do enjoy some of their clothing items, and I don't have any fragrances. This is my very first Lacoste in a long, long time. I like the green. It's their signature green color. And here is the bottle. What do you guys think? Do you like the green glass? I like the green glass. Do we have a magnetic? No, we don't have a magnetic cap, sadly. I do like the little alligator on top. I actually like this bottle quite a bit. On the back, it's all white. Makes me want to get a Sharpie and write on it for some strange reason. This is an Inter Parfums owned brand, who also owns... What brands do they own? They have Van Cleef & Arpels for sure, and various other brands, and I'm drawing a blank with. But as you can see on the bottom here, it does say Inter Parfums up there, Inter Parfums Paris. The notes are French and Provencal lavender, Clary sage, sandalwood, Tonka beans, bergamot, pink pepper, cardamom, patchouli, and amber extreme. Does that sound great to you? I know it's missing the moss, the oak moss that was in the original, and of course, IFRA regulated it, so they're not really using a lot. But I've been noticing that some fragrances are starting to feature moss rather than oak moss, so why didn't they have it in here? Maybe they do, and we just they did not credit it. But let's go ahead and smell. I like the sprayer. It sprays nice, and it also has a juicy quality about it. First off, I smelled a DNA in here that reminds me of a lot of other men's fragrances. It must be from the Amber Extreme. Now that's a complete disappointment. Second, the fact that I smelled that, this is nothing like the original. So why the hell would they call it original when it's nothing like the original? Wow. And that's not a positive wow, by the way. Oh man. Man, I'm so let down with this fragrance. This just smells like every other men's designer fragrance. Very, very mass market. Nothing, absolutely nothing. I don't even smell the lavender in here. It's so synthetic and it's not realistic lavender. I mean, it doesn't smell like Caron pour un homme de Caron or any, I mean, not even any of the lavender fragrances in these bottles right here. The Jean Paul Gaultier, this smells freaking cheap. So I'm a big fan of Anne Flipo's fragrances. I don't know much about Tanguy Guestnet, but Anne Flipo, I really enjoy the fragrances she does for niche houses. But sadly, the designer stuff is just really, really crappy. Wow. I mean, really? This is the original? This is not even the original, guys. I think the best thing about this, right now I haven't put it on, the best thing about this is the bottle. I think the bottle is super sexy. Really nice. The sprayer is really, really nice. The cap is, I wish it was a little more magnetic, but they didn't do that here. But on the strip, this fragrance is really, really crappy. Really crappy. Okay, let's spray it on. And if you've gotten your nose on this one, do let me know. Put a comment down below. What I'm getting from this also from the strip is a very spicy, peppery leather. Is there a leather note in this? It's a bit better on skin, but not by a lot. Definitely nothing, absolutely nothing like the original. It's totally misnamed, man. This is awful. When I get past that, they should have come up with something original for this. Not call it original, come up with an original name. Because I had my heart set on smelling something that's going to be like the original. Like, let's say, for example, Drakkar did a brand new release, and I'm drawing a blank with that fragrance. That reminds me of the original Drakkar Noir. Drakkar Xtreme, I think. Isn't that what it was called? In the orange juice. It came with orange juice, clear bottle. That reminds me of the original Drakkar Noir. But here, with this Lacoste original, it's nothing. This is nothing. I mean, this might satisfy somebody who doesn't really know what a Fougere fragrance smells like. I mean, I'm not getting lavender whatsoever. It's more of a nondescript aromatic and herbal notes. Quite peppery and it's a bit leathery for me, but I think that part's gone all of a sudden as I'm smelling this. It's more spicy and some of the greenness of the herbs are popping through. But again, very nondescript herbs. What a letdown. Complete letdown, guys. I do want to hear from you and let me know what your thoughts are on this, but I'm quite disappointed. This was one of the worst blind buys in a long time. I mean, everything about it sounded so good. The advertising, the visuals, the bottle, everything about it. And the fact that it was called original. Complete letdown. Yes, do let me know what your thoughts are on Lacoste original. And let me know if I should check out any other Lacoste fragrances. Are they good? Are they just okay? What are your thoughts? I mean, I had very much high hopes for this, and I do want to explore a little bit more with Lacoste fragrances, but if they're going to be like this, I'm not going to want to go near them. And that first initial blast on this strip just reminded me of every other men's designer fragrances, mass market ones. Nothing interesting. At least Jean Paul Gaultier does some really great fragrances that I really appreciate. Even Tom Ford, who has Beau de Jour. Now that's a real Fougere. That's what a Fougere is supposed to smell like. Not a synthetic mess like this. This is pretty bad. Really, really disappointed. I'm going to have to get rid of this, or should I just keep it? Let me know what I should do with it. I probably should keep it for the bottle because I really do love the bottle. And I like the back here. Maybe I should write on it with the Sharpie. Anyway, thanks so much for watching today's video on this new fragrance from Lacoste. I'm really disappointed at it, but I've come to realize that's what I'm going to get with a lot of designers. Out of a lot of mediocre and lackluster releases, there's a few that stand out, but this, complete letdown. Either way, thanks so much for watching today's video. If you have any questions or comments, please do list below. Please like this video, please share it. Follow me on Instagram and Facebook, and I'll be back with more videos very soon. Have a good one. Goodbye.